Good morning, everybody. We're going to be doing our card pulls and frequency keys today. This is just going to mark a new energetic, we'll say, shift in how these lives go. What we're going to do is now just set up a container here. The space transmits signal, not stories. Card pulls are sovereign reflections, not imitations. Frequency keys land only where they're meant. Gifts are welcome, but never required and never entangled. I witness, I unlock, I move nothing that doesn't choose to shift. And for those of you who are joining, we're just going to add in a few more things to lock in the container to create a space with no urgency, no desperation. This space transmits signals, not stories. Card pulls are sovereign reflections, not imitations. Frequency keys land only where they're meant. Gifts are welcome, never required, never entangled. I witness, I unlock, I move nothing that doesn't choose to shift. All right, so we've set up our safe container here and rename this a little bit. We're going to be doing some card pulls just like I do normally with the other lives that I generally do. This is the one that I'm going to be answering questions, aligned questions, people who are not in desperation or urgency. There will be one card pull per person. Not everybody will get a card. However, I try to get to as many people as I can and who are following the second rule, which is we only ask a question once. We're not in a place of desperation. So with that, if anybody would like to start and ask a few questions, a lot of people may ask, what is frequency keys? And frequency keys is just another way to describe the light language activations in a way that people can understand it. We're just trying to rebrand a few things, change the energies. With growth comes change, and with change, we change the container, we change the naming, we change a few things around so that, everything becomes new and we release the old energies that are no longer valid for this now moment. So with that, who wants to open up with their first question? I am doing one question per person, and as per the major rules, all I ask is that you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Gifting is optional. It's very appreciated, but there's no entanglements or attachments involved with that. And last but not least, we only ask our question once, and we patiently allow desperation energies and looping energies will be just rejected at the door. Okay, so Bubbles wants to know, will you be okay? Well, Bubbles, you'll be okay if you choose to be, because it's always a choice. And that's the thing that everybody wants. They're waiting for somebody to save them. Nobody's going to save you, Bubbles, but yourself. And you have to choose to save yourself. And once you choose, then your frequency changes, your direction changes, and yourself will start guiding you to that place that's going to allow. And this is potentially why you're here today, because of that resonant frequency. And so yourself is saying, for you, stop being a people pleaser, Bubbles. You're people pleasing everybody, but you're not allowing yourself to be yourself. And so what does people pleasing mean? It means you try to morph yourself. You're like a chameleon. You move from person to person. They tell you what to be, and you're trying to be that. And internally, you're having an issue with that. And yourself is saying, it's time for you to start digging deep, read into yourself a little bit, read into your own energies, start looking at your attachments, your patterns, your triggers, and really get to know yourself. And last but not least, is a combination of these two, which is just be yourself. Be. There's a great meditation by a guy named Mujiji. I can't forget the spelling, but it's called Just Be. I feel this is going to help you. I have a lot of light language, which we call frequency keys now within this space to help you, and that's at silverfoxspiritual over at Gmail, at YouTube. They're great healings that are going to allow you to just be yourself, start working on inner child healing, and I think that's going to help you a lot. And so hopefully that will help you. And I see a lot of people joining. So I'm just going to reiterate the energy of the space. The space transmits signal, not stories. Card pulls are sovereign reflections, not imitation. Frequency keys land only where they're meant to. Gifts are welcome, but never required, never entangled. I witness, I unlock, I move nothing that doesn't choose to shift. And so we don't respond here to urgency, desperation, or looping thoughts. We ask once and we allow the energies to come through. Not everybody will get a card, but I try to get to as many people as possible. I just ask that you please like, follow, share, and subscribe, and only ask your question once. If you feel that pull, feel something resonate, you're welcome to reach out. I work with those ready for real shifts, and you can reach me at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. And so let's get back to some of the questions, and I thank everybody for coming on here into the sacred space. And so Butterfly Flower 22 is asking, how do I stop attracting folks that lower your frequency? So the first way to do that is stop hanging with them, right? How do you attract it? By stop being in that frequency that they are. So that means get away from the drama, get away from the, the gossip, get away from those behaviors that create your frequency to lower. A lot of times that's heavy drinking. Now, mind you, I'm not a person that says you have to stop drinking. At some point you will, for a short amount of time, until you're able to kind of hold your own inside of that frequency. But it's going to have to be, if that is what you do, you're going to have to get to that place where you're able to control yourself and basically alchemize the alcohol so it stops bothering you. And that goes with any of the other substances that you might want to be playing around with. And if you're not, you're ahead of the game. But that's one of the ways. But for most part, you're attracting the folks because that's where your frequency is. Change your frequency, which means to go in and heal. I hope that helps you. And can you go lightly? Can I see, will my job change soon or new job? Well, what I'm going to do for you, I have a money deck, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to just allow the deck to tell you what it wants to tell you without any judgment or outcome. Let's see what the energies are around here. And Denise, I don't do legal outcomes because it can create timelines. It's not good, especially when it appears for kids and stuff like that. So you just have to allow and just believe the best outcome is what's going to happen. And for you, SJ, basically, Spirit's saying find unconventional ways to explore new finances or income. So whatever that new energy is, it's going to be something that's unconventional, not something that anybody wants. It doesn't mean you're, going to be selling drugs or laundering money like the card says, underworld. What it really means is that you're going to do something that most people wouldn't recognize as income, and you're going to find a way that's kind of not in the mainstream system. I hope that makes sense with whatever you're feeling internally. So like I said, that deck sometimes comes up with some very interesting cards, but it's just what's within the energy of you at this point. And so let's see what we have here. So Wenton, will your family upsets settle? Well, that depends on you, Wenton. You need to figure out why are they upset and what part have you played in it, because we only work on ourselves. We don't work on anybody else. And for you, yourself is saying, and I don't, for anybody who's followed my channel, I'm not an angels or guides person, gods. Now get rid of that. That's all external from you. That's just distraction. Yourself is telling you, go within and understand, why is your family upset? Look at it at a different angle, and then pivot yourself on how you feel you should be. Not, don't let the cards tell you what to do. You need to go within and find out what it is that created that upset. Find the core. You know what the core is, and look at it honestly. And when you look at it honestly, your answer is going to come from yourself. I hope that helps you, Wenton. You can solve this. You have the answer. You're just not really willing to face it yet. It's time for you to face it when you're ready, but you have to choose. And Claire. So how come you have a name of Eric and your name is Claire? That's very interesting. And Roshi, yes, you can ask a question. And so for you, Claire, or Eric, you have special gifts, never surrender to the normal, right? And so you have to start recognizing that you are an original and stop trying to be who you're not and start being who you are. And that's when your life is going to change. And let's see what we have here. So bear with me. And And Sarjo, how many times have I asked you, and you keep coming in with this desperation energy? You ask your question once, and until you're ready to come into this place, the sacred container, correctly, I won't answer these questions because you need to follow the rules, and that they're not under any discussion. That is my boundary. I tell you every time, and you every time you come in with the same energy, you have to clean yourself up first. Until then, no answers. This is my boundary. Um, we just ask once and we don't push. That's desperation. That's somebody who's trying to control the situation. That is not energy that's allowed here. And I'll reiterate this, right? The space transmits signals, not stories. Card pulls are sovereign reflections, not imitation. Frequency keys land only where they're meant. Gifts are welcome, but never required and entangled. I witness, I unlock, I move nothing that doesn't choose to shift, right? This is a clarity space, not a free for all. Right? If you're looking to interrupt, demand, or project, which is what you're doing, you won't find traction here. Sorry about that, people, but I reinforce these boundaries 100%. I do not waver on that. Um, so back to where we were. Kimberly Bowen, do I have something for you? And then Roshi, I'm going to get to you. I saw your question down the bottom. I just had to scroll back. So for you, Kimberly Bowen, it's time for you to receive. And you see how that gift box is all wrapped up and there's a bow around it and everything? Well, that's also symbolic, that's saying that you're not open to receive. You're tied up like that box. You've got wrapper, you've got a box around it, you got a cage. You have to open up your heart and allow for you to receive in this now moment. And as you open that heart, you pull out that box, you pull the wrapping off, that's when you're in a space for receiving. You need to get to there. Go to my Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube and start looking at heart openings, cracking that heart open. That's going to help you. There's things that you're ready to receive. There's abundance waiting for you, but you have to choose. I hope that helps. Oh, and that was a release. And let's see where we are here. So I did promise Roshi. Roshi, where's your question? I saw you put it in there. Okay. Hanshiko, is Inesh hiding something on his phone from Hanshika? Well, so Hansha, that's fear. That's fear that's guiding you. First thing you need to do is just be clear and ask that question with sovereignty and authority, and saying, "Hey, are you hiding anything? You know, what's really going on?" And you've got to get rid of that fear. You have to not care whether he's hiding something on the phone or not. You have to know in your heart, and you have to ask your heart, you know, is this person really right for me or not? And with this, asking the cards on whether he's hiding something from his phone, it's all about fear, and we want to release that fear. We want to be so in touch with ourselves and so in love with ourselves that we don't care. They can stay, lay, or pray. It doesn't matter. You'll know the answer within inside yourself, whether he's hiding it or not, without ever asking a card. But I'll ask the question. And this is for everybody who's feeling that fear, and it's tough. I've been there. Ooh, I have been there so many times you don't know what hits you. But it takes time, and you have to choose yourself. And Spirit's saying this to you. End it now. Stop focusing on this fear. Stop focusing on this lack. Go within, work on yourself. And, you know, if he is, well, you know, F him. That's his problem. That's not your problem to solve. Walk away. All right. I hope that helps you. Yes, Sarjo, and I'm going to keep on telling you off until you follow the directions. It's just how it works. You're pushing a boundary, and I'm going to tell you no. Um, it's not hard. You've been here enough times to understand the rules, but yet you still choose to break them, and that's your choice, and that's where your response is always going to be. The boundary is always going to be the same. Um, so let's see where we are. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's get to a question that's calling me, and T, going through financial difficulties. Do you see you getting better soon? So let's see what's in your energies, T. That's the first thing we're going to look at. I don't want to give you yes or no. I just want to see what's going on with your energies. And for those of you who I might have overlapped, I may come back to you. I may not. I don't know yet. It's I just go where the flow brings to me. Not everybody will get an answer nor a card, but at the same time. I do try to get to as many people as possible, so just please bear with me. And a lot of times, other people's answers are answers for you as well, because I get a lot of collective energies that come in. That's called a Cleidon, and that's when something else resonates and it clicks when you see somebody else's answer. So it doesn't mean that you're not getting an answer. You've been called for a reason. Just pay attention to everybody's reading, because something may click for you. All right, and for you, the energies here, and this is, I kind of figured this one was going to come out. The reason that things are not going one way or another, it's because it's your choice, right? You see the magician in the mirror, and I say this all the time. The magic is the magician, it's creation, it's love, the creator being that's in you that can create and create what you want. But then there's the mirror, and the mirror reflects. It reflects all the things that are illusion, things you believe about yourself, your worthiness, your financial stability, all those worries. And it's time for you to take a hammer and shatter that mirror and find the magic within yourself to create, because you're creating your own reality, whether you believe it or not. Everything, good or bad, is your own creation. You have to get in touch with yourself enough to see that you can create whatever you want, but that comes through healing. And so you need to go through healing. And Ron, I may have skipped your question and may not have been worthy of my answer at this point, not aligned with what I want. I don't offer promises. I don't offer entanglement. I offer truth and I offer alignment. Uh, these kind of these kind of things, while you skip me, oh my God, oh my God, how could he pass over me, right? That is fear in its place. That's not the energy we want. I said in the beginning, and I'll keep this going. Only those aligned with clarity, self-responsibility, and readiness to heal may enter. Urgency, desperation, self-serving energy dissolves at the edge of the space. I repel noise. I magnetize truth. All that does not match my frequency passes through without impact. And what does that mean? It means that maybe your question wasn't meant to be answered in this now moment, and just contain yourself and control yourself and allow for answers to come through. Don't try to force it. Forcing energies always meet with a wall and the resistance of a boundary. I hope that I hope that clarifies it for everybody. These are boundaries I enforce stringently and solidly. I don't change on those. And let's see who else we have here. Yeah, and Ronnie, I explained that quite readily, that I don't always go in order. I say that all the time. And you know what? It is what it is. You just have to allow and accept. That's part of growth. Um, let's see where we are here. Bear with me while so I saw this one here, Lorena Tina. Should you continue doing the mediumship course or go back to basics? Well, Lorena, you don't need a card for this. This is, what do you feel? Let me know in the comments. How do you feel in your heart? Did that mediumship course align with you? Did you feel you were getting a benefit out of it? Or did you feel like, hey, this wasn't in alignment with me at this now moment? And why did you choose to kind of pause? Because it seems like you paused. And then you'll answer your question. I'd like to see your answer in the chat window. And let's see who else we have here. So there's a couple great questions here. Please let me go through here. I want to see which ones align with me at this now moment. And I may go back and forth all the time here. So just wait while I do this. So Alex, it says you're filled with anxiety, right? And at 5 a.m. every morning. Well, anxiety is generally fear, and fear is because you're seeing something in yourself that you don't want to face, and you're probably feeling it in your stomach because it feels like your power is being taken away at some level or not. I'm going to pull a card, and I'm going to see if it wants to give us any insight as to what the situation is that is creating that space of anxiety, that fear within self. And so let's see where we go with that. And just remember, everybody, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Not everybody is guaranteed a card. I go in order that I feel, not in the order that's there. Sometimes I go down the line. Sometimes I go all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just my truth and my guidance. So the cards are saying somebody's up in your business and you know about it and you're consciously not, you're ignoring it, or you're constantly, it's what I call cognitive dissonance. You see it, but you don't want to believe that person is doing that. So you choose not to see it, but your inner self is saying, you see it, you feel it in the energy, and you need to release that. You need to confront that. You need to understand, why is that person doing that? And maybe release that person. I hope that helps you. Let me know if that resonates. And that was for you, Alex. And let me see, where was that? It was somebody that responded. I'm just trying to see where that response was going through. I think that was Lorraine. You responded, and somehow, oh, here we go. I got it. You were told in reading to go back in basics. So, Lorraine, readings are just a reflection of you in the now moment, and depending upon the frequency of the reader, whether they were in their authenticity or whether they were transmitting shadow, and many transmit shadow too. I don't like to call people out, but it really has to go with the authenticity of the reader as well. Feel into your heart, and if it's something that you feel is really within the space of what's for you in this now, then yeah, you should go back to it. If not, that's okay. You don't have to do what a reader tells you. Nobody has to listen to what I tell them. It's all about choice. You just have to choose what's in resonance with you in this now moment. I hope that helps you. And let's see who else we have here. There was another question I wanted to get to. So, Kat, you feel like you're betraying yourself because you feel something off in your gut, but you're unable to place it. So that's now in your awareness, right? It's good that you're aware of what you're feeling, right? Because your body's telling you something. Now what you have to do is open yourself to yourself. And so now what you have to do is you have to sit in silence, do some meditation, and start to ask yourself, what is it that I feel off? And allow for that message to come through, however it comes through. It could come through in a vision. It could come through in a pop of an idea. It's however you receive it. Could be in a body sensation, right? But it's going to come in the time it's meant to come, but you have to allow it to come. Otherwise, if you just resist or you focus on it too much, it's gonna cause you a lot of pain. So for you, yeah, Spirit is saying, problem is you're feeding yourself a lot of bad information, and that bad information is not getting you to clarity. And when we see Ask Your Angels, and I said this already, I think once in this is not about asking any angel or guide or anything, or even a reader. It's about asking yourself and feeling into yourself where this is coming from. And you will get that insight once you allow, once you stop feeding all the noise, get the noise away. Because nutrition is not always about food, it's about energy. Food is a equation or an equate of you're energizing your body with the food, and the same thing with your soul. You have to energize your soul with the correct thinking. So I hope that helps. That's probably why you were called here. So let me go all the way down the line here, and let's see who else is resonating with me at this now moment. Let's see who we. So I still see some more desperate energies, and rather than just rant and rave again, I'm just going to mute the accounts until they come in with correct energy. We talk about allowing and waiting and letting things be answered in the time they're meant to be answered, not trying to force it. So those who keep on asking the same question, we know what the answer is already. There's two of you that are just getting muted. You're welcome to stay, listen to the live. I might do a pick a pile where you can get an answer from yourself, but you will not get an answer from the cards. This is a firm boundary that I enforce entirely. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. And how are you doing, Donna from New York? You like my Mets logo right here? Let's go Mets. They never win, but I love them anyway since the 60s. So it is what it is. It's like being a Jets fan, but I'm a Giants fan, even though I do live in Pennsylvania. I was a Jersey boy for a long time. Go Devils too. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Livy from Scotland, nice to see you. And let me see, there was somebody else that did ask for a card. I feel like there was something you needed to get here. I think it's Jester. And then Levy Bolin, I'm going to help you with that in a few seconds. It's a great question. So Jester, let's see and thank you for loving my readings. Just make sure everybody is liking, following, sharing, subscribing. Let's see if we can finally slam that follow button to get me up to that 5,000, which is what I'm looking for. So for you, there's some abundance coming in for you. This is really beautiful energy. Just allow this to happen. Allow it to come in. Don't resist it. Don't expect it. Just allow it. You might already be seeing little hints of that abundance. Just let me know in the comments. And so Levy Bowen asks, what can I do to heal from a narcissist discord? Well, the first thing is to recognize that you called that narcissist in. So because we call in every experience that we have, good or bad, it's all created through our own trauma and through our own field and through our own lens, whether we're in authenticity or whether we're, in trauma. And so the easiest way to heal is to go within and start working on self-love. The reason you pulled in a narcissist is because you don't truly love yourself and you're attracting somebody who is going to come into your field to reinforce your own beliefs, your own internal beliefs. A lot of it comes from the subconscious, and consciously we know you don't want to be in that space, but the subconscious is providing you with that experience over and over again because you need to recognize that you don't love yourself, and the subconscious is just holding you where you are, as is your superconscious. And so what you need to do is you need to go within and start healing the lack that you feel within inside yourself while you're bringing in somebody to reinforce that lack, because it seems like that's where you're comfortable with lifetime after lifetime. And it's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the answer that's going to help you heal. And that answer is you're going to choose yourself. You're going to start to heal your inner child. Start with that. Then you start working on abandonment, rejection, and whatever else comes within your field of awareness that shows you where you're kind of looping. I call this the karmic wheel, the karmic hamster wheel, right? And so many times, if you look at some of my daily readings, I have a motto, right? And it's healing's a choice. So you have to choose to heal. You have to choose to feel. You have to choose to get yourself off of that hamster wheel. It means nobody can take you off that hamster wheel yourself. You're choosing it at every now moment to stay on it. And what you need to do is you need to choose, hey, I'd like to exit this. And as you choose that, then things like this reading or other opportunities will come into your field so that you'll be attracted in. But then you have to make a choice. Do I act on that? Do I get a healing? Do I work on a healing? Do I get a reading to understand what's in my field? And then do I act upon it? Or do I just stay in the loop? And nobody can answer that but you. And so with that, like I say, if you are looking to, like I say, if it stirred something, message me. I work with those who are done pretending, ready to work. I do full readings, full healings. I have a lot of free ones for you to try the energies at Silverfox Spiritual, and that's on YouTube. That's my light language healings. If you get a full reading, which is probably where I'd see you sit right now, that would be, it's a 35 minute reading live via Zoom. I do them on Thursdays and Sundays. And what we do is we explore what the energy is around you. Through Zoom, it's interactive. You ask questions, we spin on a dime. At the end, when we're done, we don't talk about stories. What we talk about is the energies around you and what seems to be ready to kind of move itself out in this now moment. And then we do a light language, a short one, very short, a light language healing that helps move that energy around and set those activations. That's what a full reading is. And I also have a full healing, which also runs the same amount, $60. It's quite affordable, less than a meal at McDonald's or Chipotle these days, and definitely less than KFC, my personal favorite. They've just gone through the roof. But that both of those give a little bit of the other. So my full healing is about a 7 to 15 minute light language. That's done through email, but I also pull cards of guidance with it. And I also generally channel a picture with it too to help you with your healing. So each one gets a little bit of the other. One is more focused on bringing in specific codes that are required for you in the now moment at a very, very deep level, and you can use it for months on end. And the other one is looking at where you are in the energies, and then we pull in a small healing for you to just get an idea of what that healing can help you with. And then if you choose to, then you can look at more one-on-one sessions. I usually recommend no more than one a month because you don't need it. The one session for the full healing will last you months if you use it correctly. So hopefully that helps you. And let's get back to doing some readings. It was a great question. And let's see who we have here. And so, hi Libby, hi Jester, hi Kiki. So Kiki, yeah, let's get you a card. I feel that you need a card in this now moment. Let's just hope. I'm just going to scroll down, make sure you didn't ask twice and you didn't. And so let's go from there. And just remember, I don't pull in any order. I just look and feel into what's needed in this now moment. And for you, Libby, it's time for you to open up your heart, right? And I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let that down your walls, right? You've got all these walls around your heart. It's time for a heart healing. It's time to break that heart open. It's time. You see how that little slicer is right down the middle of what looks like almost a heart space dish? You need to do that. You need to crack that open. I hope that makes sense to you. And let's see who else we have here. So Kiki from Australia, can you have a general card? Yeah, you may have a general card, Kiki. I feel that you have a message in this place. And for those of you who haven't gotten called, I can't promise everybody will get a card, but please do pay attention to what everybody else gets because there's a lot of collective stuff that's been popping out. And this one is the one for you, Kiki. It's shadow work time. It's time for you to really get down deep and start facing those things that you really not wanted to face within yourself. And a lot of people will call that the start of a dark night of the soul, D-Knots, and it can get really deep and get really dark. If you get ahead of the curve and start really delving into it, it's going to not be as potent as being a full-time crash, but it's now time. It's time for you to look at that, whatever it is. And you may have done this a little bit on the surface, but it's time for you to go really deep. That's what Spirit is saying at this moment. Hope that resonates. And let's see who else we have here. So bear with me. And Hope Inspires. Yeah, great to see you come back again. I hope you like some of the new additions to the channel, like the new logo that I have back here. I'm changing up some of the energies and setting some newer boundaries. So it's not a sense of urgency anymore, but more of a sense of truth and authenticity. I've gone through a lot of deep healing myself over the last few weeks. And I'm now ready to come back in with a new energy. My pad that you see with the Silver Fox Spiritual Healing on the bottom, if you're looking at it from the portrait view, if you're looking on the landscape view, it'll be most of the screen there. That's my old logo. It's changing to the one that's right behind me. The mouse pad's going to get changed and adjusted once it comes in the next couple days with a full transformation. So hopefully you like the stuff. Yeah, and Kiki, it's going to keep on pulling the same energy until you're actually ready to choose to do it. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. But you always have to choose. It's always a choice. So Hope Inspires. Your birthday month. When is your birthday? Happy birthday if I don't see you beforehand. So let's get you a birthday card. Wow, Spirit threw out too many. I'm not doing a full reading here, Spirit. She gets one card, and that's all. Maybe two. All right, Spirit's forcing me. 3. So Hope Inspires. You're still going through your awakening. You've got to really get in and connect to yourself. Stop wearing that mask. You're being forced to really look at this. You're people pleasing. You're not allowing yourself to find the love within yourself. It's time for you to really dig deep and find that love within yourself. So this birthday, let's start anew. Let's get off that hamster wheel. Let's make a choice. Let's start this cycle fresh, clean, and being your authentic self, not what you believe everybody believes you should be. You're fine on your own. I hope that makes sense. Happy birthday if I don't see you before. And let's see who else we have here. So bear with me while I go through a few of these, and let's look at Patrice. Let's see what we have here. Just want to make sure that you're following the boundaries of only one question. It looks like you have, and so let's see what's coming into the energies within yourself. And let's see what. So Patrice, we got 4 cards for you, and we also have a collective message here. And so the collective message for everybody, because this has come up more than once here, is shadow work. It's time for you guys to really start coming in. There's a reason why that you got the call to come to this reading today. And it's really not so much of me reading. You know, this is why I've kind of changed the title here to Card Pulls and Frequency Keys. You're starting to align to the truth and authenticity and the frequency keys. You're starting to get ready to be in that space where you're willing and open to start choosing to work on yourselves. And so shadow work for everybody here is something that, whether you've gotten a card or not, this is something that's in your field. You need to choose to do it. And that means more than surface watching card reads and spiritual memes. That's just spiritual bypassing, just saying, I love everybody, blah, 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 love and light, love and light. It's just crap. Let go of that surface, really dig in deep and see what's going inside yourself, because it's always about self. It's not about love and light and loving everybody. No, it's about loving yourself. The rest come with time. So for you here, Patrice, shadow work definitely needed. And Spirit's telling you you need to do this as a ritual, meaning that you need to be consistent with this. This is not something that's a one and done. You're going to keep on doing this for a long time, probably a whole lifetime, like the rest of us as we go deep. Trust me, I do it daily. And sometimes multiple times daily, and it's never comfortable. It's never going to be. Growth is not comfortable. Growth is expansive, and expansive comes when you fully uncover why you've been making yourself small and start to work on releasing all those program systems, contracts that are meant to keep you unequal and small, and instead of shining in your true authenticity. Spirit's saying you need a little bit of rest, relaxation, recharging, and going within. And exercise is not about physical exercise. This is about changing your perspective, changing your energy, transform. And so you transform through ritual and shadow work, and then you allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate after each purge. So I hope that helps you. Let me know if that resonates. And let's get on to who else I'm being called to speak to in this now moment. And HD's asked a wonderful question. I love these questions because these are the things that I eat up all the time. Although I love card reading, I do like to kind of explain some of the fluff that comes on with surface spirituality and people who haven't really chosen to go within and really connect to themselves. Does your energy change during seasons? Doing seasons? Yes, it changes on the every now moment. And why does it change? It's because you're becoming the new you in every now moment. You're either choosing to stay stagnant in yourself, or you're choosing to go for growth. And through releasing of old program systems and traumas that have kept you stuck, then your energy changes and it raises in vibration. That's what raising in vibration means. It means that you're not so much rising in a number, sequence, frequency. What you're doing is you're bringing more fragments of your true self back into your true authenticity of whatever your true frequency is. And everybody has their own different true frequency. It's unique to everyone. Everyone's perspective, everyone's experience is actually unique to them. What you see is not what everybody else sees. You're just seeing a convergence field where the two or however many people are interacting. So there's always difference in perspective, and that's kind of why you have to be your true self and just Go with what you feel, not what other people are telling you. And I hope that helps you. Yes, energy changes in every now moment to now moment, because every now moment you're making choice after choice, and every choice affects where you are, whether you're raising inside of your core frequency or whether you're lowering down to meet somebody at their frequency. And that's what healing is, coming back to your own frequency. And Elizabeth, let's see if we're, so I appreciate your politeness. And will you be okay at your workplace? You know, and that's a tough one. Like I said, I have my 3D workplace is filled with so much chaos. And uh, it's hard to be okay when the chaos is pulling in, people are pulling on your energy, and you're kind of bridging that energy around. And so what you're doing is you're losing your own energy at your workplace, and you're bleeding it out to the workplace to stabilize other people with emotional issues. And what you have to do is start consciously reining in your energy through intention to only allow what's in alignment with you to pass through you in truth and authenticity, and not be in that space of allowing them to drain you, kind of like a leech. They suck the energy out of you, but you're allowing that happening in your field. So let's see what your energy is in this now moment. And for you, you have a heartache, all right? And at the same time, you've got something. It's financial that's holding you to this job, and that stringency, that holding on to that financial story, not being the love of what you probably do. And let me know if I got this wrong, but I feel you don't love what you do. The place is a mess, but you're staying there because of financial safety. And once you find out why you're staying there and why you're allowing this chaos to happen and start choosing you, the better aligned job will come to you. But it may take some time. So what you have to do is just stabilize your energy within that space until that comes through. That's the best advice I could give you. Let me know if that makes sense, Elizabeth. And let's see who else we have here. And yes, Eliz, that is for you. Sorry if I didn't make it clear at the front space. And let's see who else we have that I feel called to. Uh, so Deborah, can I have a card pull? Yes, you can. And then we're going to do a timing. Um, it's going to be a pick a pile for those who are asking about some timing questions. We're going to do a quick timing pick a pile, let you choose your answer from within yourself. And so Deborah, for you, Spirit is saying for you, there's a situation that requires you to respond once you've actually run through the entire gambit of things using strategy rather than um, just react, right? So if something comes within your field and you just want to react right away, take a pause, wait, think about it, make sure you take enough time to look at all the recursions and then respond, because you need to listen a lot more than you speak at this now moment. Don't just lightning react, what you're in, what you generally do. What you need to do is really think about the answer. And if it takes time, it takes time for you to be comfortable with it and feel it within your heart. And when you do, then that will be the right answer. If you react, it won't come out the way it's supposed to. I hope that helps. And so let's do a quick timing pick a pile, and this will allow everybody to get a reading, whether you've been gotten a reading for me or not. That doesn't matter. Whether you've been muted because you're in urgent energy or not, it doesn't matter. This is you answering your own card. And so with that, please make sure you're slamming that like, follow, share, and subscribe button. Like I say, we're going to open up our statements again so that we just keep enforcing the field. The space transmits signal, not stories. Card pulls are sovereign reflections, not invitation. Frequency keys land only where they're meant. Gifts are welcome, but never required and never entangled. I witness, I unlock, I move nothing that doesn't choose to shift. And that last statement is the most important statement. And that last statement is because uh, everything is a choice and you need to choose. Just like healing, it's choice, choose. It's not me forcing you, it's you choosing, and we respect and witness every choice. So with that, let's look at 3 cards here and put it into the field here. And then I'm going to put some crystals on it. What you should be asking yourself is whatever question that you want to know an answer for that regards timing. And so what you're going to do is you're going to answer your own question by asking yourself that question: when will XYZ happen? And when you do answer that question, it'll come from yourself. You don't second guess that answer that comes from within. You just allow it. And so with that, we have green, red, and yellow. And so what we're asking you to do is ask yourself that question: what is it, when will this situation happen? Whatever that question is. And then look at the colors: red, green, or yellow, or I'm sorry, yeah, red, green, or yellow. Red, green, yellow, and then let yourself answer that question. Whatever pops in your mind first is your answer. Do not second guess it. Trust yourself. And so with that, let's see your answers go all the way up to the end. And Mama Love, you've been here enough times to know we don't come in with that energy. You're just going to be muted until you come back with the correct energy of asking only once. Desperation and urgency never works here. And so while everybody is getting their answers together, let's see them into the um, comments. And just for anybody who does come in with those energies, you just get automatically muted until you're ready to come in with the correct energies of patience and allowing, not urgency, not control. And so let me see some answers. Looks like some people are pulling it in there. Please do make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. Make sure we hit that follow button a little bit more here, because we got a lot to. I got to get to that 5,000 at one point, and we're going to manifest that. So let's get to the answers. So everybody, you have chosen, and let's now reveal the answer. So for those of you who have chosen the green pile, it's going to be about a year. So it doesn't mean a no. It just means that there's a lot of patience required. Work on self as much as possible for that to manifest. The more you work on yourself, the more you get in touch with yourself, chances are this timeline can change, and change for the better. But the choice is yours. If you've chosen the red pile, after you overcome numerous obstacles. So there's going to be challenges here, and you need to be willing to face those challenges. And if you're not, again, a choice, then this is going to get pushed further and further away. You have to find that authenticity in yourself to allow you to overcome those challenges and obstacles. And for those of you who chose the yellow, you need to change to realize. And what does that mean? It means that this path is closed to you in your present energy. You need to work on self. You need to change your energy, change your perspective, because perhaps what you're asking for, it's not truly in alignment. But it could be once you've healed yourself enough to understand why it's not in alignment. So this is a choice that you need to make. You have to choose to change for you, not for anybody else, not for the outcome, just for something within self that needs to be changed. So I hope that helps you. Let me know if those all resonate. That everybody has gotten a card now who've chosen. If you've chosen not to participate, you've chosen that you're not in resonance with getting any card at this now moment, and that is okay too. It will be respected. If you're meant to receive a card, you'll get a reading. If you're not, then you've chosen that you didn't want to get that card. So there's no entanglements. Let's see who we have here. So let me see. So let's look at. So Donna, what crystal is good to get rid of negative energy? Feel into it yourself. Crystals, like everything else, like sage, is just a prop. It's really about intention. But if it helps you focus that intention, then what you do is you choose the one that you feel into is going to contain that intention. Everything is about intention. Everything else is illusion and prop. I hope that makes sense to you. And Michelle, you want to know what your overall energy is? Let's see what we have for you. And for everybody here, great questions. I love answering questions. You don't need cards for a lot of these questions, but clarity is really nice. A lot of people don't want to take the time to explain it, or they want to bypass you. It's better when you start to understand how the energy works and then work on self. It's always about self. So for you, your overall energy, Michelle Spam, uh, is throat chakra, fifth chakra. That's speaking your truth. Spirit's saying it's time for you to just clear that out. I have a lot of healings on the throat chakra. This is somewhere you need to be in this now moment, is to clear out whatever it is that's preventing you from truly speaking your truth. Have you ever tried to speak something and then you feel like something's caught in your throat, your voice changes, your frequency changes, you squeak, you can't get it out, and that's what's happening within you. It's time for you to release whatever that blockage is. And so go in for a throat chakra healing. I have a lot of those at Silver Fox Spiritual over on YouTube. And Brian, I'll answer that question in a second here. Uh, Frequency keys is really light language, is my way of saying light language, or just presence. So what I radiate is authenticity and truth, and in my own truth and presence, and that in itself is generally enough to uh, trigger a healing, provided you're open for that healing to happen. Because I don't truly heal anything, but by witnessing my own authenticity, that also creates keys that allow you to find your own authenticity in yourself, not as a teacher or um, a leader. It's more of a presence. And as you just sit in presence and observe how everybody is, and watch, not entangle, not push, then people can start to heal themselves. And that's what we teach here on this channel. It's all about um, being in awareness of yourself. And as you're aware of yourself, people will start to become aware of themselves, and they'll start to trigger their own healing. And then I get to witness that. That's what my healings are about. I bring in codes and frequencies through light language. And that's why we say frequency keys. I bring in those keys that help you witness yourself, and then you do all the work. I'm just the witness, kind of just pushing some awareness around, showing you what's in my awareness, and providing you with some information in a way that your soul can understand it, your brain may not. And that's what light language does, and allows you to take that awareness keys, what I see within your field, and then allow you to act upon it on yourself and start your own healing. So I hope that's where you're at. And yeah, Donna, you missed the answer, and the answers, I'll repeat it because it's important for everybody to hear it. You got to really pay attention here. A lot of stuff comes through, and generally I won't repeat it, but this one is something that everybody needs to know. Crystals, sage, uh, all these oils and stuff, they're all props. Everything is a prop. It's all about intention, but, and I'm going to put the but in the however, they can work for you, just like portals can work for you if you believe, and that's the key. So what you do is you feel into these props. They're intention focus points that allow you to intentionally set things like, I don't want negative energy. So a lot of people will choose like a shungite or a black onyx or a black tourmaline because they feel that that energy is what is going to block that negative interference. Realistically, it's the intention that you put behind it that you don't want that interference, and these are going to help you. Then empowers that prop to actually do what you want to do. Same thing with portals. It's not about there's anything sacred about those numbers or portals. It's your intention and your belief that creates the creation and the manifestation. I hope that helps. And so let's see who else. So Zanarama, if you're still here, I hope you are. I'm going to answer your question, but not in the way that you're expecting it. Because when people ask, what do I see for the love life? The first thing I do, and everybody knows it who's been on this channel, is going to be, I'm going to pull a card. You're going to be my last card because it's 53 minutes into it. So what we do is we look at what is in your energy that's blocking love from coming in. And for you, there are two things, right? And that's why when people ask that question, it's a loaded question. They never expect that answer. They just want me to pull an answer. Oh, love is coming in at this time. No, love won't come in until you heal. We're all about healing here, right? And so for you, it's insecurities. You need to work on building your own confidence and feeling safe in yourself, and then you'll feel safe with relationships. Your heart's not ready for it yet because you're still in fear. And because of that, you give everybody mixed signals. Your energy arrives before you do, and they know this is an unstable energy. You're not stable within yourself. You're not stable within what's going on with love within yourself, because you're always flipping between fear and hope, fear and hope, fear and hope. And because of that, it always starts to kind of go south very quickly. And for you, you need to heal this. And as you heal this, as you go into these spaces and really look in, why are you giving these mixed signals? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of commitment? Are you afraid that you're going to get hurt? And then start healing it. Inner child is where you need to start. Dig into that inner child healing, and then let's feel into what's next, whether that's fear of commitment, whether that's abandonment and rejection. Those will all come next. Self will help guide you, but you have to choose to want to be in that space to allow yourself to heal. If you choose not, you stay on that karmic hamster wheel. It's a choice. And so with that, that's going to end this live. I do appreciate it. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. For those of you, if something clicked here, reach out. Your next layer might be closer than you think, maybe a card reading or a healing. You can reach me at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. I do most of my major readings and healings on Thursdays and Sundays. Today is Thursday. I do have a few slots left in this afternoon. And with that, what you're going to have to, what you do is just send me an email. If you're interested, the big readings are $60. They are via Zoom, 30 to 35 minutes of cards and about 5 minutes or so of light language healing for whatever we discover within the energies of the cards. We're about healing. We're not about stories. We're not going to tell you your person's doing all stupid stuff and toxic stuff, because we don't really care. It's not about the person, it's about you. We only focus on you and what's in your energies and what's best for you in this now moment. So do make sure you're liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. Make sure your notifications are on. And at the same time, visit my YouTube healing channel. That's where I put all my healing stuff. It's Silver Fox Spiritual. That's on YouTube. I also have Silver Fox. It's a readings by Silver Fox, which is a kind of a mirror of this site. So if you've missed something within the lives, I generally will post it both here at TikTok and over on YouTube for my friends in India and other places that TikTok is not accessible. Always just look for this logo behind me. This is my new logo. You're going to see it on all my brands soon, and it's going to change on the bottom field here where we're doing the stuff as all my branding products come in. So hopefully that will help you. I'm also on Instagram, so make sure you're following there, and on Facebook. And if you find my Facebook group, it's inside of a lot of my descriptions. Click on it, follow it. When I get to 100, I'm going to gift out one free full reading or light language healing to one out of the first 100. I'm in the mid-30s right now, so just let me know. Follow me, and you have to keep following me until that 100 hits. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will see you at the next live. Have a great day. And thank you, Brian.